Well, let me just start off by saying the only reason I think Democrats and Republicans should stop fighting is because my husband is a Republican, so I thought, I should fight for something. I am a mom and a wife, an attorney, and now a governing school board member in Castaic. And I say those things because I think one of the things I'm learning as I grow up, I guess, is that as a woman in politics, the fact that I'm a mom and a wife and a career person, they're not separate from my political life or who I want to put out there. And I think I've spent a lot of time trying to hide those parts of me that make me a woman. And so now I'm trying to say it loud and proud. That when I was in law school, I went in with my baby for my career counseling appointment, and they looked at me and said, well, honey, you should be realistic about what you can do. And this wasn't that long ago. That being said, I think a lot has changed, and I'm excited to be here tonight among so many people that, gosh, you guys have been fighting the fight long before I got here. And I confess that I feel a little humble and maybe a little guilty that I get to stand on all your shoulders. I mean, I think maybe I was the first generation of girls that grew up really thinking that I could do anything I wanted to do. And it was because of you guys that made it happen. And I acknowledge that and I honor that because, when I was in second grade, an African-American woman came and spoke at our career day. She was a lawyer, and she showed us a chart and told me that there was a woman sitting on the Supreme Court of the United States. And that's when I decided I was going to be a lawyer. And that was a woman, that was my reality. When I was in middle school, Geraldine Ferraro was running for vice president. Of course we can run for president. That's my reality. That's what I grew up with, and it's because of you guys. So I just want to start off by acknowledging that, and I think I'm here as a testament that things have come a long way because of all the work you guys have fought for and all that you've done before I got here. The reason I can look, at life with the rose-colored sort of no glass ceiling view that I have are because of the Susan B. Anthony's and Geraldine Ferraro's and Sandra Day O'Connor's and Carol's and Minerva's and Marguerite's that have come before me. And I just don't want to move on before I make sure that I give that honor. So here's how I look at it, though. As of 1920, we couldn't even vote. Women didn't even have the right to vote. And yet, still, just now, we've seen a legitimate, and I think a fairly close run for the presidency of the United States by a woman, Hillary Clinton, who now holds the office of Secretary of State. 4 women currently hold cabinet positions, and as much as I hate to mention Bush's name in this crowd, he actually had more women that were posted to his cabinet than Obama has right now, so credit where credit is due. We had Karen Bass, who was the 67th Speaker of California State Assembly in 2008, and that is a woman who is a powerful woman who did a lot for California and women's issues. And there was an article in the Sacramento Bee just this last February where women in office, they cited a study that shows that once women run for office, they're just as likely to be elected as a man is to be elected. Locally, 3 out of the 5 members of the Saugus School Board are females, 2 out of the 5 on our Castaic board, and before the election I ran in, 3 out of the 5 were females on the Castaic School Board. 2 out of the 5 members on the Newhall School Board, 1 member on the Hart School Board, 2 out of 5 on the COC School Board, and of course, again, I hate to mention it, but Sharon Runner was just elected for our Assembly District, or for our State Senate position. So, we definitely have a good showing, especially here locally, of women in politics, I think. But at the same time, we have to be a little realistic. Again, according to the article in the Sacramento Bee, we have to remember women represent about 50% here in the state and nationally for population. And in the current Congress, women make up 17% of its members only, with the total number of women legislators dropping this year for the first time in 3 decades. Women make up 28% of the California legislature and 23% of state legislatures nationwide. 6 of the nation governors, or 12%, are women. So I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. It's great that we have 6 of the nation's governors are female, but I think it could be higher. These numbers place the United States in 70th place, and I think we're going to get an international view of things. But in the world, we're not ranking so high as far as females in political office. So I think the evidence is mixed, but I guess I just want to stand here and suggest that the glass ceiling has been broken, the door is open, and I think what the problem is that we're just not walking through. I think there's not enough women that are taking that risk to walk through. There's not enough women that are the recruiters and the ones identifying the candidates. We need to have more women choosing to do that. If you want to take a backstage and you don't want to step out, we need more Minervas and Marguerites and Judith. We need more at every step and every line of the process so that more women are being identified and are taking the risk to run for office. And I guess I just want to say that it's time that we walk through the door and grab hold of everything that these guys have worked for us. Because my perspective is that it's all been broken. I've seen Sarah Palin and Hillary Rodham Clinton. I think men and women are just as likely to vote for and elect a female as they are a man. I just think we need to get good candidates out there, and we need to take the risk to do it.